Hey, this is Mr. Eason with Area Model for Double-Digit Multiplication. This is going to help 4th grade students multiply double-digit times double-digit numbers. It is a lead-in to doing the algorithm for double-digit times double-digit numbers. The algorithm for 4th grade is not a required thing. It's just one of these strategies taught, and this is another strategy taught for Area Model. I will also say that there have been questions specifically about Area Model in the past on standardized tests, so it's important that students kind of understand how this works. If you are wanting a more detailed description of why it works, there is a video that I posted earlier in the year that has base 10 blocks, and it kind of shows how each thing is made. But this is a little bit more advanced. This is more of a abstract model, and so we're going to use this model to help us solve a couple of double-digit multiplication equations. So the first one we're going to solve is 36 times 42, and what we're going to do here is we're going to split up our 36 and our 42 into tens and ones, and we're going to label our box. It really doesn't matter how we label it. We could put our 30 and 6 on the top or on the side. For me personally, since the box is shorter on the side, I'm going to put the smaller number on the side, so I'm going to label it 30 and 6. 30 and 6. And then on the top, I'm going to put 40 and 2. You know, I am pretty sad we're not in school, but at least I get to use a blue marker because the students know my blue marker does not work at school on the smartboard. Anyway, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at each of these 4 areas of the rectangle, and we're going to find the area of each of the rectangular spaces. And we're going to do that by just looking at what the dimensions are of those spaces. So in this top left box up here, it is 40 long and 30 wide, or however you want to say it. So we're going to do 40 times 30 in this box. And we're thinking about 4 times 3 is 12. And since we've got 2 tens, or 2 zeros, we're going to put 2 zeros on the end. 1200. In this box over here, we're going to multiply 2, because that's how long it is here, by 30, which is how long it is here. 2 by 30. And since 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 30 is 60. In this bottom left box down here, it is 6 on one side and 40 across here, so it's 40 times 6, right, 40 times 6, and once again 4 times 6 is 24, so 40 times 6 is 240. Since there is a 0 here, we put a 0 here. And then last part is we're going to do this next spot. It is 6 and 2, so we're going to multiply 6 times 2 into that box. 6 times 2 is 12. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add up all 4 pieces. So we're going to add up 1,200, 240, 60, and 12. We're going to add these up. So we get 2 here in the ones place. We get an 11 in the tens place, which is really like a 100 and 110. We have a 5. We have a 1. 1,512 is what 36 times 42 is. So we're going to look at one more. We're going to try to pick up the pace a little bit because this can be a little bit time consuming, I understand. So we're going to go ahead and do 52 times 47. Pick this one on purpose. This is a little bit of a trickier one for a reason we're going to see here in just a second. So we're going to go ahead and get our box drawn here. Going to split it up into pieces. And we'll label it 52, so 50 on top with the 2, and 40 and 7 on the side. And so here's the tricky part right here. 50 times 40 goes in this top left box. And so what I want to make sure people do is 5 times 4 is 20. That 0 in the 20 does not count for one of these zeros right here. 5 times 4 is 20. And this is a 10 and a 10, so we need 2 more zeros on the end of that. 50 times 40 is 2,000. And that will trick people sometimes. So now we look at the top right box. over here is 40 times 2. 40 times 2 is 80. So now we look at the bottom left box down here. We have 50 times 7. And 5 times 7 is 35, so 50 times 7 is 350. And then lastly we have, excuse me, that bottom right box, 2 times 7, and that is 14. So the last thing we do is we add up all of our partial products. 2,000, 350, 80, and 14. We have 4. We have 14. We have 4. We have 2. So 52 times 47 is 2,444. So this has been Mr. Eason with partial products for multiplication. Hopefully you guys are not going too crazy at home, and hopefully I'll see you soon. If you have any questions, comment in the video, and I'll be sure to get back with you guys. Thanks, and have a great day.